mystery on the sand.
I just don't know. It'd be very interesting to see what they report.
After beachgoers find a washed-up Florida oddity, a cargo ship fire ends in tragedy.
We just lost 2 of our best here in the city of Newark.
As firefighters battling the flames have to fight to save their partners too. The whole world is feeling the heat.
I'm melting. It's hot.
After scientists record the hottest temperatures ever seen on our planet. And the social media wars are heating up.
It needs to be a place that's safe, a place that is trusted.
As Meta launches a new platform to compete directly with Twitter. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Halwa Ezel.
I'm Lauren Wirtz. Today is Friday, July 7th, 2023.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
World records are being broken, and not in a good way, with this week having the hottest days ever recorded.
Caplin News reporter Aiden Chacon has the story.
This year's 4th of July was the hottest day in world history, and last June was the hottest June in world history, and it doesn't seem like Mother Nature is done breaking records just yet. According to the Climate Change Institute of the University of Maine, the world's global temperature reached 17.18 degrees Celsius on July 4th, which translates to 62.92 degrees Fahrenheit. While South Florida is used to blistering heat during the summer season, countries all around the world are adjusting quickly to this kind of weather. The European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service analyzed temperatures for the month of June this year and found that there was a substantial margin above the previous record set 4 years ago in 2019. 9 of the 10 hottest Junes have occurred in this last decade, according to the EU. Canada is a country that's used to cold weather and lots of snow, but even our northern neighbors are struggling to deal with these record-setting temperatures.
I'm melting. It's hot.
It's places like Canada and the northwest region of the United States that are preparing for anything that these heat waves may bring.
Any area is at play here in the coming few days for new fire starts.
While the World Health Organization have mentioned climate change to be a global health crisis for the environmental impact it has on areas with lots of plant life and open land, it also poses a threat to anyone around the world with an outside job.
Just like hanging out in God's frying pan, that's all it is.
Surface temperatures of oceans across the entire world also felt record-breaking warmth. After the global temperature reached an all-time high on Monday, a new all-time high was achieved on Tuesday and Wednesday, which shared the same temperature. The impact of this heat will be felt all around the world as records are expected to continue to break well into the summer season. For Caplin News, I'm Aiden Chacon.
A sandy surprise on the beach in Palm Beach County. As Caplin's Amanda Gray reports, the homeowner may have found a war relic.
There's something in the water in Palm Beach, and it might just be from World War II. When Palm Beach homeowner David Martyr looked out his window, he did not expect to see an unidentified missile in the water.
I wasn't really worried. I was kind of sitting out there like, it'd be crazy to see an explosion. You know, hopefully nobody gets hurt.
It was right along the shore off of North County Road and Ocean Lane. A snorkeler was exploring the waters when he stumbled upon a missile about 5 to 10 feet deep. Since then, it's become the talk of the town, with speculations about its origins.
Maybe a torpedo. I know the Germans had some submarines over here during the war, but I'm no expert.
Probably an old World War II torpedo, considering, you know, the Navy used to have a lot of ships out here during the war.
When the object was first discovered, a dive team was dispatched to examine the contents.
They ended up having 3 sheriff's boats on just like to the south of here, and they were like having divers go down with ropes. They kept tying things up. They'd go back to the boat, tie another thing up.
Police originally identified the object as a non-explosive U.S. training missile. While it has been removed from the waters, the item has not yet been positively identified. Police say that there are no dangers to the public, and for residents, the exciting mystery remains.
I just don't know. It'd be very interesting to see what they report.
That's pretty cool.
Investigations are still underway to figure out where the item even came from. Reporting for Caplin News, I'm Amanda Gray.
Diving into danger, as WVTM's Patsy Douglas reports, trying to complete a TikTok challenge has led to deaths on lakes near Birmingham, Alabama.
This daily trend is called #boat jumping and is coming from TikTok. Many are jumping off of moving boats at lakes like here in Shelby County.
If they're being filmed on camera, I think they're more likely to do something stupid because they want to show off in front of their friends or for like social media.
A TikTok challenge has rescue crews worried while on the water this summer. In the last 6 months, they've seen 4 victims die from this boat jumping TikTok challenge.
The 4 that we responded to when they jumped off of the boat, they literally broke their neck and basically an instant death.
Rescue crews say these deaths are people of all ages.
It's very sad for the needless loss of life when it's totally preventable. And that's frustrating when we're working so hard to try to save lives.
And TikTok challenges like this one can make that job much harder.
I've heard some horror stories, people hitting their heads and not being found, so yeah, just be safe.
Now, rescue crews will be out patrolling areas here in central Alabama. They're encouraging those to not drink and drive or jump for any reason. In Shelby County, Patsy Douglas, WVTM 13.
A fire that broke out at a port resulted in a tragic response. On Wednesday night at Port Newark in New Jersey, 2 firefighters were killed and 5 were left injured while battling a fire in a docked cargo ship. The injured firefighters were taken to local Newark hospitals for treatment. Authorities say 1 firefighter experienced burns on his feet, 1 was hospitalized for heat exhaustion, and another suffered respiratory distress. The mayor of Newark gave his condolences to the 2 firefighters who passed away.
We just lost 2 of our best here in the city of Newark, 2 of our bravest here in this city who, without hesitation, gave their lives.
Smoke from the ship was visible the next morning as investigators continue to figure out the cause of the fire.
Tragedy strikes Florida as Lakeland couple has been charged with the death of an 18-month-old girl. Authorities say couples left the baby and their 2 other children in the car overnight after a 4th of July party. The child was found by the husband the following morning, where she was unresponsive and rushed to the hospital. The parents have since been arrested and their children were placed with relatives.
A former aide to Donald Trump is out of South Florida's courtroom today after pleading not guilty to 6 charges alleging his mishandling of classified documents. Walt Nauta, who worked with Trump in the White House and after he left office, was arraigned on Thursday at the federal courthouse in Miami. He faces charges including conspiracy to obstruct justice alongside Trump. After pleading not guilty to all charges, Nauta also requested a jury trial.
The Marlins stumble as they try to sweep the Cardinals.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
It's not exactly the same as Twitter. There are a lot of things we're going to have to get used to, and there are different communities on each.
Social media giants are fighting on a new front, and users are picking sides. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking, let's go. You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out. Good night.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
I help our fellows design their paths as creative entrepreneurs. My experiences serving startups, creative businesses, and cultural organizations, and my journey as a queer mixed immigrant with Haitian and Arabic roots, inform the co-creative environment we foster at Radcliffe. We leverage our collective diversity to encourage the building of lifelong personal learning networks and mindsets that stimulate continuous innovation.
A new social media platform is taking the world by storm, and it's backed by Meta. It's designed to compete head-to-head with Twitter.
As CNN's Karine Kaifa reports, the new app is called Threads.
It's been talked about for months. Now, Meta's challenge to Twitter is here. Facebook's parent company launched Threads on Wednesday. Bridget Carey, CNET's consumer tech and trends expert, says the objective of real-time conversations is the same, but it's too soon to tell whether Threads will topple Twitter.
It's still the early days. It's not exactly the same as Twitter. There are a lot of things we're going to have to get used to, and there are different communities on each.
It appears the Threads app, available in 100 countries, is off to a fast start. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg posting on his verified account that Threads saw 30 million signups by Thursday morning. Meta's numbers may be its biggest advantage at launch. Users sign up using their Instagram account, and there are more than 2 billion active Instagram users around the globe. Twitter's active user base is currently around 250 million and has taken a hit amid the turmoil since Elon Musk's takeover last October.
To be a really successful social media company right now, it needs to be a place that's safe, a place that is trusted, that you are trusting what you're seeing online, and it needs to be a place that is just easy to use and useful.
Just within the last week, Twitter has imposed temporary limits on how many tweets its users are able to read in the app and announced users will soon need to pay if they want to use TweetDeck, a popular monitoring tool. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
With another sweep in sight, the Miami Marlins let it slip away with a loss against the St. Louis Cardinals. The Fish just couldn't get a run in for the entire game despite having more hits than the Cardinals. Luis Arias had his 12th three-hit game of the season and his first multi-hit game of the series, and his MLB leading average is now .389. The final score of the game was Cardinals 3, Marlins 0. The Marlins will be expecting the Philadelphia Phillies for their 3-game series starting today at 6:40 p.m. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
I could really use a new tablet. I just don't have the money.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a Pell Grant?
Yes?
You do know you can get a free tablet, right?
Did you say free?
Yeah, free. It's simple. And the application is done in the store.
I could really use a tablet.
Go get one. Another satisfied customer. Stop by Pantotech in the Graham Center at FIU MMC today to speak with one of our associates to get your free tablet.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Lauren Wirtz.
I'm Halwa Ezel. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.